We are going to unleash the growth of our economy. Instead of creating more cash, we're going to create more of what cash buys. We have the most powerful resources, perhaps the greatest supply of natural resources per capita of any country on earth, and we are very good at harvesting those resources to the benefit of our people and our environment at the same time. This Prime Minister, with the help of the NDP, has been driving the production to other countries where they pollute more, where they burn more coal, where they add more greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. This Prime Minister would drive the production away from Canadians who use the cleanest electricity, among the cleanest electricity grids on planet Earth, instead of bringing it home here to this country. Our common sense plan will repeal C-69 and replace it with a new law that protects the environment, consults First Nations, but gets projects built that we can bring home the paychecks for our people and take the money away from the dirty dictators of the world. I was able to announce recently that our new candidate in the Skeena-Bulkley Valley riding is the great Ellis Ross, former chief of the Haisla First Nation, who is responsible for bringing Canada the biggest ever investment in its history. That is the LNG Canada project, a project that was approved by the former Harper government. And the only reason it was able to go ahead under this government is because they gave the project an exemption from the carbon tax. Had the tax applied, the project never would have occurred. Had C-69, the anti-resource law, been in place, the project never would have happened. And by the government's own admission, this project will reduce greenhouse gas emissions around the world by millions of tons because it will displace dirty coal-fired electricity in Asia by sending clean, green Canadian natural gas, liquefied using hydroelectricity and our natural cold weather, sent abroad on our shortest shipping distances, which means burning less fossil fuels to get it to market. This will displace more emissions-intensive forms of energy in countries where they need to cut back. That is a solution to fight climate change and protect our environment. And thank God we had the visionary leadership of the great Ellis Ross to make that project happen, along with Stephen Harper. Unfortunately, this Prime Minister has blocked every other LNG project from coming to fruition. There were 18 of these projects on the table when he took office. Not one of them is completed. Only LNG, the aforementioned, oh, we got a cheer over there. Oh, we got a cheer over there. It was one of the, the Marxist member from, what's your riding again? Sorry? Rosemont Petit-Patry, he took that Marxist comment as a compliment, by the way. Believe me, he's told me that off the record. He tells me, he tells us that he's speaking perhaps on behalf of the NDP. He cheers when he hears that this Prime Minister has blocked every LNG project. Well, that's going to be very interesting news for me to take to northern British Columbia, where the First Nations people, the Niska, he cheers at the thought that the Niska will lose out on their proposed natural gas liquefaction project. That is the NDP of today, Madam Speaker. They used to stand up for the workers who had the lunch buckets. They used to stand up for First Nations people. That is a bygone era. Now they cheer every time a working class person loses a job and a community loses its industry. Shame on them. Good news, they will not be part of my government. We will stand with the Niska, we will stand with the Haisla, we will stand with the other First Nations of Northern Ontario who want to see the Ring of Fire go ahead. The First Nations people want to harvest our resources to empower their people and and end poverty. And we as Conservatives will remove the government gatekeepers and the radical ideologues like that NDP member and the current Environment Minister so that we can get things built and bring it home to our country.